Hello there, this is your Mayor John Cannon. I hope you were able to enjoy yesterday's late April snow for what it was. Before we get started today, I would like to thank Congressman Pete Visclosky for a $200,000 in matching federal grant money, which will be used at our city park, Imagination Glen. As a leader, you have good days and bad. No matter what kind of day you're having, moving forward is very important. In today's conversation, we will talk about breaking news that was brought to my attention, and it requires immediate action. We will then go over a setback that your mayor's office was made aware of in an emergency meeting that I have called for with the National Park Service. Lastly, we will talk about last week's Rebuilding Together event that took place last Saturday here in the city of Portage. I've said in the past conversations with you, and I'll say it again, Mother Nature has not been kind to our Lake Michigan beach and our Portage lakefront and riverwalk. Those of you that have visited the park may know of the walking path that goes along Burns Ditch. Burns Ditch separates our park from US Steel. Boats use this route when navigating to and from our city's marina and Lake Michigan. Over the weekend, I visited the Riverwalk and discovered that the paths along Burns Ditch are eroding at a very fast pace. Immediate action, such as closing of this path, is imminent. Now, I'd like to move on to a sobering reality. Mayors often advocate for federal and state budget monies to be used for projects in their city. For example of this is the $200,000 grant we received with the help of our Washington, D.C. Congressman Pete Visclosky. Portage is no stranger to this process. Working with our state lawmakers such as State Senator Karen Talion and State Rep Chuck Mosley, we recently requested 3 project items to be included in the state budget for the year 2020. To make a long story short, I'm here to tell you those efforts simply failed. It was disheartening news for many here at City Hall. My staff and I worked really hard to get these 3 state-funded projects on the books. We had conversations, meetings, and open-ended dialogue with folks in charge of the state budget down in Indianapolis. One of the items we were hopeful to get help with is for a portion of a study that the Army Corps of Engineers would like to conduct for our lakefront beach erosion problem. They say that this is the first step to solving our beach erosion problem is completing a study. The study costs $1.6 million. The Army Corps of Engineers is willing to cover over half of the cost. $800,000 remains. Your city's redevelopment commissioners have already authorized $200,000 for the study. That leaves $600,000 left for others to help us fund. Last week I was informed our state lawmakers that all 3 projects, one of which is the remaining cost of the beach erosion study, will not be included in the 2020 state budget. After my visit over the weekend, I have called for an emergency meeting to address the erosion. Opened officially in November of 2008, this 57-acre park is a result of a joint effort between 4 entities: the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, the U.S. National Park Service, the Indiana Dunes National Lakeshore, and the City of Portage. The 57 acres of land itself is owned by the U.S. National Park Service as part of the National Lakeshore. The park is maintained and managed by the Portage Park and Recreation Department. As mayor, I take maintaining all of our city assets, including our parks, very serious. I am advocating that other government entities take the maintenance of this park and the severe erosion problem serious as well. This is why I am calling for an emergency meeting. We have had correspondence with both U.S. senators and the Vice President's office. Unfortunately, things move slowly in government. We are doing our best to move fast. Time is of the essence, and the erosion keeps eating away at our park. I would like to remind you that our park department maintains this park. I also would like to remind you that unlike most other parks along Lake Michigan, there is no fee to enter the park, and there are no fees for parking. Portage is a welcoming community, and as mayor, I would like to keep this park free for all to enjoy. But erosion continues limiting the access of this park, and something must be done. Now we will move on to more information we received about our roads. As you all know from last week's conversation together, I met with the director of INDOT. We went to Indianapolis looking for a partner. The purpose of that meeting was the segment of road, Willow Creek Road, between US Highway 6 and the toll road, which needs maintained and paved. Various semi-traffic from the mills and other local industrial businesses have taken its toll on this road. This is a good thing. It means our economy is churning. But what's not good is for Portage residents to be on the hook for 100% of the cost to repave this road. Last week I made the case to the director of INDOT that this segment of Willow Creek Road is being used as a state road, not a city road. I stated that if the state wants to continue using this road, local road, as a state road, they will need to send us funds to maintain this road year after year. Another option is that this can be designated, this segment, as a road, as a state highway. One of these two solutions is what is fair to Portage taxpayers. My team and I recognize this stretch of road is very important to our local businesses, to our steel mills, to their suppliers, and to our international port. It is very important to all of us. We did not walk away with a deal or a partner, but we also couldn't expect a deal to happen that quick. It is the government we're talking about. The director of INDOT is clear where Portage stands, and we look forward to working with him in the near future. We will look for another partner in the toll road. We will be asking Toll Road to partner with the city of Portage for the repaving of the intersection at Willow Creek and Houston Street, which is the stoplight where you enter and exit the toll road. Let me be very clear. Residents and businesses already pay their fair share of taxes to Indianapolis. Let me be very clear on something else. I have asked the Portage Traffic Commission to present to the City Council their recommendations for a comprehensive truck route plan to reroute heavy truck traffic off of Willow Creek Road. I am not afraid to present a case and chase dollars from the toll road, our state house, or anywhere else. I will continue to be the best steward of Portage's tax dollars. We heard yesterday afternoon about the passing of longtime serving and former US Senator Richard Lugar. He was 87. Over his life of public service, he encouraged many young people to get involved in public service, including myself. In 2000, I was privileged enough to meet with the senator many times during his re-election campaign. I have never met a more kind and gentle person. I was proud to shake his hand and listen to his wisdom when it came to serving the public. From our city to his family, many condolences. On Saturday, I visited the Rebuilding Together sites. It wasn't my first time being involved, but as mayor, I have a different outlook on things. Many organizations have helped with Rebuilding Together in the past. None of them do it for self-recognition, but the overwhelming presence of the individuals that make up the local carpenters union made me take a step back and realize what generous folks we have in our community, willing to step up and devote time, energy, and their expertise to help those in need. I would like to take a moment and reflect on our city and its people. What I see every day as your mayor is heartwarming, to say the least. Each of you that belong to a civic organization, your church, the PTA, or Portage Youth Basketball, and those that just step up and help a neighbor, I cannot be prouder and more humbled by each of you. Your hard work and dedication to our community is hard to express, other than a simple thank you, and you should be proud of yourself. You are Portage Pride. Thank you for your time. God bless, and see you soon.